Some say that his blue livery is quite striking. Some say that he's not allowed in certain countries. All we know is, it's not the DE6, it's the DE6's Croatian cousin. What's up, guys? This is Heiss, and we're back in Derail Valley today to show off the first true new locomotive mod for Derail Valley. Obviously, we showed off Custom Car Loader last time, and showed off, well, you know, this, which, if you didn't see that, you know, it's fine. But this was just the test model that after it was asked very nicely if it could be available for the public, because Big Boy was pushed out. Obviously, the feature is awesome. The model was literally just a shitpost. So it's nice to see we have a new locomotive in-game that is, you know, a much more polished, put together. Somebody wanted to make this model. So this was made by our friend Adri, who's done all manner of fun Yugoslavian and Croatian railway things. So and of course, Croatia's the old country, at least for my family. So always neat to see this sort of things. But this locomotive is the ES&D GT 26CW-2, 1970s era ES&D export locomotive. Designated originally the 663 for being a diesel-electric locomotive with 6 axles, and it was the third of that grouping of type of locomotives. So, pretty neat. Apparently, it's still the largest and most powerful locomotive that operates in Croatia these days. There's only 2 that are left, and they run freight to this day in Croatia. And, you know, a little bit of family ties, and then who doesn't like an ES&D? And it sounds like there's a lot of different variations, and it sounds like they did some pretty cool programmatic things. So huge cheers to Adri for putting together the model, and then also WhistleWhiz, who made Custom Car Loader, for getting it implemented in-game as well. Sounds like it was a team effort between the two of them. Again, if you want to download it, the link is in the description to the Nexus Mods page. Now, if we pull up our spawner here, we can see that there's a bunch of different variations of the locomotive itself. Oh god, do these run long hood forward? Oh boy. Well, that's gonna be new. There's the bulb version, a bulb cut version, a frog version, LED version, and an LED/cut version, which I believe is primarily focusing on the headlight situation. God, I think they do run long hood forward. That's that, or are they dual control? Oh, they might be dual control. Okay. Anyway, I guess the cut versions are a modern body shell versus the older, larger car body. If I'm understanding properly, it looks like, yeah, that is more the wide style, and then the cut down versions a little. If I'm understanding properly, I'm not 100% sure on that. But then there's different light packages depending on which era you want to have represented, which is pretty cool. Now, let's clean up this mess, and let's fire up one of these. I do quite like the blue. And then let's see. Oh boy, HZ, Z with a hat. The American mind cannot comprehend this, but I do believe that does stand for Hrvatske železnice. The LJs. I can't do the LJs. My uncle, who's from Croatia, will always tell me that I can't do the LJ. But Hrvatske železnice, Vucha Vlakova, and Vlak is train or railroad, I think. So, yeah. I don't speak enough Croatian, but anyway, the model looks really, really good. It's a cool looking locomotive, and it does sound like there's some cool sim stuff. So let's take a look at the interior and see what we can see. I got told that I would have some fun trying to figure it all out. So, oh god, it is dual control. Okay. Oh boy. So by default, the comms radio has you spawning it long hood forward. Which that's very steam engine of you. But then I guess, god, does it work with dual control stands? Oh boy, this is gonna get interesting. Okay. Oh god, it's got more of a proper enunciator panel. Oh, this is gonna be cool. Opus note, does that mean danger? I think that means danger. Bunch of stuff back there. Got a bunch of switches. There's the EFCO. Okay, not everything is operable, but there's your annunciator panel with all the warnings. But yeah, you start looking at the amount of stuff in the back wall of a diesel, and it starts to become quite the operation there. So, PZB. Oh boy, the breakers. Oh, the Speedo has a breaker. That's fun. Lights. Okay. I do like the big, properly modeled knife switch, and you got the starting fuse and everything. That's cool. Okay. Brake pipes giving us a warning for some reason. Probably because we're not running and there's no brake pipe pressure, and we're probably cut out. Where is the cutout? Oh yeah, duh. 26L. Cut it in. Okay, can we just press the start in the cab? No. We're gonna have to go find our way out. Oh, I don't fit through the door. Is that just the high voltage room? I don't know how the oh god. Oh no. Oh no. It's not find which door to open. It's every door is openable. Okay, and we've got a bit more model of presumably with this era of locomotive. I'd assume it's a 645 EMD. That's cool. It's neat that they've got all the car body doors set up. And then yeah, that's pretty much what an EMD is. It a V16? Yeah, it is a V16. So 567Cs and later and 645s look the same. So I don't know if it's which one it is. I doubt it would be a 710 being that early, but maybe. I don't know. I'm sure that Adri can fill us in the comments. Oh, we've got a lathe shaft modeled. That's fun. This is actually way neater than the DE6, because the DE6 has the engine in backwards to typical. And I mean, he bothered to really model the back and the front end of the engine. We've got the governor. We've got our lathe shaft right here, which, yeah, as you press in, this mechanically spins things up because you're manually increasing the amount of fuel. You got your engine protector right there with the two buttons that can kick out when faults are going on. Oh, they've modeled the cooling sight glass on the intercooler here. Am I remembering my terminology right? This is the heat exchanger between cooling water and then the engine oil. I don't remember if that's the proper name for it. It's been too long since I worked on diesels properly. Not that I even really did, but anyway. We've got the sight glass, and you can see we've got a maximum level when cold, presumably, and then a max when hot. Excuse me. That's pretty neat. Well, so our start switch is not here. We do have a lathe. We can give it some more gas here. Got the engine overspeed modeled there. See, all of the dumb American locomotives just have a door that says start switch inside, and I thought it was right by the EPD, but I guess not. God, it's super cool. He's modeled the whole interior of an EMD. So this should be the air compressor room. Yeah. That's rad. That's cool. And it's like, it's not like a crazy high poly model or anything, but it's appropriate for Derail Valley, but the proportions and everything feel right, and it looks great. And it's kind of neat. This is actually really similar to our tunnel motor in the US, with the way that the low air intake's set up, and then the fans are above it with the access doors there, and then the radiators on top. Yeah, this is like almost exactly like a tunnel motor setup like we have at the museum. That's pretty cool. Okay, and then our handbrake is back here, which, yeah, it's just a click and then it actuates. That's cool. So where's the engine start switch? Oh boy. Okay, that's the other side of the air compressor room. Hi, we're gonna look through every door on this locomotive because we can. The start switch on this side, and it's just been too long since I've dealt with EMDs properly. There's the ice cream box. You can tell that by the way that it is. I gotta say, the the handrails set up on these types of locomotives versus, you know, Derail Valley's VR mechanic get a little interesting, but that's all right. That's just the way the game be. Yeah, and then so this is just going to be all, you know, more prime mover all the way up to here, basically. And then there's the oxygen bubble. We've got another EFCO. So up here, that's the main alt. The ring gear and the starters would be up here somewhere, but they're not modeled. But yeah, the start switch wouldn't be there, but what am I missing? What am I missing, viewers? Somebody's probably screaming at me. Oh. We have another access patch to the backside of control systems. There's a lot of detail that is, frankly, unnecessary, but I'm here for it in this model. And the ability to climb over the top. That's very fun. Get back in the cab before you die. Oh god, it's got an alerter. Please no. I don't need to be yelled at. Oh, it's got breakers on the control stand still. I see. Okay, that would be why. Oh god, it's just got like a switch for the horn. Okay, well maybe now it'll start. Yeah. Who doesn't like the sound of a big rumbly bumbly EMD? That's rad. Yeah, bateria. Yeah, that's how you spell it, right? With a J. It's much like my grandmother's name. It's Maria with a J. But anyway, that's Croatian for you. This thing's rad. Well, let's see what we got here at the steel mill today. We've got sad gas. That's always fun. What do we have that we could tow around with this thing and not get into too much trouble with, hopefully? Steel. Lots of things that need to go to the harbor. I'm just in a sandbox thing so I could spawn this. We'll just take the one big, heavy, obnoxious job. Although it's funny, we're not really going to even be putting this thing to the test because the in-game specs note that it's 3,300 horsepower, so it's basically like an SD. And it's good on dry level track for 3,500 tons. So, slight grade, it's only good for 1,350, but we're not even going to hit that. So, unless it starts raining, but even then, we're still not going to hit 1,050. But all right, we'll grab these guys. They're on the B6, and then we'll go to the harbor with it. I guess we'll just run long hood forward, because apparently that's the thing to do when you're a part of the Železnice. Anyway, my mom's going to be critiquing my pronunciations in the comments. It's fine. Oh god, that's right. Okay, so it's got a combined, and this is the older EMD setup. I only ever saw one locomotive with this when I was at BNSF, where the you have a combined dynamic and throttle handle, and you had to select braking or load that way. So that's fun. That is a tritone. That is much spookums. All right, that's our light for that way. I guess, is there, I don't know if, do both the stands just work the same? Okay, the controls are just synced. I was like, do you have to cut one stand out for the other stand to work? No, they both just work. All right. Oh, that's cool. Hearing the contactors going, and that's neat. The sounds on this are really cool. Yeah, who doesn't like the sounds of big EMD? Does it not have a bell because European? It probably doesn't have a bell because European. That's entertaining. Okay, so which one's B6, right? B6 outbound. Is that this track that's directly next to us? I think it is. Presumably. Yes, it is. All right. Get past the switch here. Slam on the air. Okay. And now I did read some things on the mod page. The mod page overall is quite fun. If you turn off the speedo breaker, apparently the speedo doesn't operate, which is a fun detail. Oh, can you not move the reverser unless you're... Oh, that's interesting. The controls are interlocked so that you have to come out of power in order to move the reverser over. Interesting. Yep, that speedo is confirmed inoperative. I figure we just run like that. Add a little spice to our life on this day. Easy, gently, gently, gently. Ouch. It's fine. Give it a little compression. Try and squish me while I'm here. That'll start to charge up. We'll get this brake off. There we go. Okay, and then pop out of that, pop out of power, kick the reverser over. Devil's Tritone. Alright. Straight to 8, don't be late. Oh, it didn't like that. Unsurprisingly. I'm having a hard time telling if sand is deploying or not. God, those sounds are awesome, though. What a neat model. And having the proper sound, hearing the that wins. That's very good. I believe the sounds were also done by a mixture of Wiz and Adri. Yeah, real team effort. Love to see that from you guys. Very excited to see what more is going to come with custom car loader stuff. Oh, cool. Well, we're going to march up the grade here probably nice and easy now that we're rolling, so let's see. Beans. How fast are we going? No clue. I turned it off. Yeah, the sound alone. It's worth a download just for that. And then, of course, it's, you know, fully MU capable and everything like the DE6, so. And I did recall reading as well that there are a little bit separate set of sim stuff in terms of when the traction motors overheat and when the and when the engine overheats as well. So, yeah, I guess we could turn the speedo back on. See, look. I made it happy. But you know we want to live on the edge. Speedo off. Yeah, just put it in run 8 and she'll just go. Alright. And the dual control stands is just fun. So you can have short hood or you can have long hood. Apparently they prefer long hood. That's pretty cool. Oh, I can open my high voltage cabinet from the cab. It's mildly entertaining. The alerter's not gonna do... Wait, what? Oh. They have foot-controlled horns? That's interesting. Huh. And then that's just like a flap control, kind of like an alerter shut-off I've seen on some engines in the US. That's cool. What do we think the PZB breaker is? I think it shuts down the locomotive if I turn it off. I bet you it does. God, it's like pulling like 1,000 amps solid and just not caring. And seeing gauges in PSI does bring a smile. Okay. Coming up to the left. I suppose... How do we get the red markers on? Can we go backwards with that switch? Nah, not that. Not that far, at least. Or does it know based on direction? Or do I just not know? I don't know. I have no idea if that's prototypical for the Croatian railways or not anyway, so. But yeah, this thing, I mean, pretty much continuously pulling 1,000 amps and it just, alright, we'll just march up the hill. It's got good cooling. It's interesting looking at the setup of the locomotive. It's a little different. Obviously, it's got the radiator setup similar to the tunnel motor, as I mentioned. But it looks like the resistor grids for the dynamic brakes are up here, because you can see the big fan there. Which would mean that, yeah, the resistor grids and everything are in the high voltage room, where a lot of the control stuff is. Which is kind of strange. Atypical compared to most American EMDs, at least. How fast are we going? No idea. That's the fun. That's the wow. Okay, bye train. And you can definitely see the height of the Derail Valley character versus a scaled cab. When you spawn in it, it does poke your head through a little bit, which that's one of the biggest joys of video game anything, is trying to get the collisions of an accurate player model and accurate locomotives. I mean, being in cab always makes it a little interesting. Amps are coming down as we've sped up. Do we have different sound set? Different sounds when we close all the windows like normal Derail Valley? Yeah. That's cool. Can be doing 120, so I don't think we're terribly worried about speed. No. These are more light switches. Are those for the number boards? I don't know. There aren't numbers in the number boards. So I don't know. Although the engine room light, I wonder if that actually turns on back here. Oh, we went one too far back. Oh yeah, look at that. That is fun. I was gonna say, I don't think I can... Oh, we can squeeze out just a little bit more. Oh, and he modeled the air compressor shaft spinning. Oh, that's cool. Okay. The scroll wheel makes this hard, but... Give me a little more power. Manually giving it more fuel. It's fine. Oh, it did not like that. That's entertaining. Oh, that's super cool. There's so many fun details on this that were just unnecessary. But I'm here for it. We like the little details. We're probably going too fast. Okay, yeah, you see the coolant levels come down now that we're running and warm as well. That's neat. That's very neat. This curve looks a wee bit spicy. Bring it back down to idle. We're not quite there yet. All right, we'll bring it into braking. And then there's no setup, it just goes straight into braking. Okay. And then it just throttles up slightly to keep the cooling fans doing the thing. It notes we're in dynamic brake. Oh, and you can really hear the traction motor whine too. Yeah, that's cool. We are still going quite quickly, though. We do have a lot of weight behind us. Let's see if we can squeeze on a little air here. Squeeze on a lot of air here. Kick it off. See, look, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We made it through. Switch it out, go back to power. Beans. Alternatively, we could just go run it with a lathe shaft, because we can. Why not? Who can stop me? And you can see the engine RPM change with the shaft there. Look at that. Yeah, it's a fun thing with most EMDs, unlike the more modern GEs. I want to say even the Aces are still this way. I'm not 100% sure on the most modern stuff, but the air compressor is driven off of the crankshaft, an extension off the crankshaft. And then it's just got unloaders built into it to prevent the pistons from continually supplying more compression and more air in the event that you don't need it if you're at main res or whatever. And so the faster the engine spins, the faster the compressor works, but it's still based on the unloaders, which is kind of cool. Versus GEs, which make the Star Trek noise and then as the separate air compressor runs. Oh, that's gone wrong. We went into dynamics a little too late. You could have smelled that one coming. You probably did, actually. Hey, not all the train went in the dirt. Oh, most of the train's going into the dirt. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Anyways, huge thanks to Adri and to Wiz for putting this model together. The audio sim's great. The sim and the couple extra fun details with the dual control stands and then everything inside the engine bay. Really cool. Really neat model. I know not everyone might have a touchstone with Croatian railways. Hrvatske železnice. Once again, for me pronouncing it wrong. But what a cool model. And the first proper locomotive for Custom Car Loader. And we've christened it well. So, hope you guys enjoyed this look. Definitely check out the mod. Links in the description. And spoilers on potential future content. A trash can is talking to me about playing in multiplayer, perhaps, one of these days. It's been a minute since we've seen the talking trash can. We quite like him. He's Canadian. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll catch you all next time. Thanks so much for watching, everybody.